everyone, and welcome to the Red Brick House. Today's video is kind of a wrap-up video of all my Halloween slow stitch embroidery projects that I've been doing over the whole month of October. And so first I had made this little spider here, and then I made the jack-o'-lantern, and then I made the ghost. And then the last one I made was this cute little kitty. I think this is my favorite one. Maybe just because I'm partial to cats. But anyway, I'm going to show you how I'm going to make a cute decoration out of these things that I've created. I want to make it into a wall hanging. So I'm going to put these together and then I'll show you how I'm going to hang it. And so if you are interested in any of these videos or how I did these things, you can find them here on my YouTube channel. I have a video for each individual one if you haven't seen those yet. And so with that said, let's get started on putting them together. Okay, so here I have my 4 different projects that I made laid out. I have kind of moved them around a little bit and tried to rearrange them and figure out the best way that it looked and fit together for my liking. And I think I like it like this because I know that the edges are not going to line up, and I'm okay with that because I didn't plan for them to in the first place. But I do kind of want them to line up across the top, and that is for a kind of a specific reason that I'm going to show you here after I get these put together. And so I wanted those to match up there, and then of course I wanted them to come together here in the middle. And so this is kind of what I came up with. This is what I liked the best, and now I'm going to try to piece these things together. Now I think I'm going to start with these 2. I think I'm going to sew these together right here, and then I think I'm going to sew these 2 together, and then I'm going to take these 2 pieces and put them together. I think that's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to be using, I think I'm going to do like a cross stitch across here, or maybe a zigzag. I'm not sure. I do want it to be visible stitching, and I want it to look, I don't know, I want it to look nice together. So I don't know, it might just end up being like a zigzag. I thought about just putting this on my sewing machine and doing a zigzag between here, catching both fabrics as I went, which you could totally do that, but because I like to hand stitch things, I really wanted to do it by hand. So I'm gonna try maybe doing some cross stitch work across there. I'm not really sure if it would be better if I put a backing material underneath it before I do this or as I do this. I'm not really sure. If you were very experienced with embroidery, let me know how you would put them together. But that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to move these to the side for now. I'm probably going to turn these this way. And then I'm going to take this little spider off so he's not like in the way, or she is not in the way, and set that aside too. Okay, now I have my 2 pieces that I want to put together. I'm going to get to stitching. And you know what? I think because I want to make sure that this line is the straightest, I'm going to start there. So I'm going to flip these around. Hope that's not confusing, but I'm going to turn those around, and I'm going to take my my embroidery thread here. This is a purled cotton, and it's just black. It's just 310 black. Very beautiful purled, I think it's DMC cotton. So that's what I'm using in my needle. I'm going to bring you in closer so you can see better. Okay, and I think that's what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come through the back here and give it a try. I think a lot of these, like when you're making decisions on these kind of projects, I think a lot of it really does come down to experience, because then you already know, like, you know what's going to work and what's not going to work, what's going to look good and what's not going to look good, because you've done it before. I have not. I'm a beginner, so I'm just going to give it a try. That needle does not go through there very well. Probably should have picked a different needle. And now I have a knot. Not really a knot, but let me fix this. Oh no, no, don't make a knot. I think this is going to be a very fiddly process until I get going on it and I get a few stitches into it, and then I think it'll be a little bit easier. Okay, so that is my first little cross stitch there. Okay, now where am I going to go next? I think to make it a little stronger, instead of coming up here and going across, I think I'm going to bring it back under here. Because if I did it the other way, I wouldn't get as much of a secure stitching, I don't think. Okay. There we go. Now I'm going to go into the top here. Try to make it look like a nice X. Okay, that's not too bad. It doesn't look too bad. I don't mind if it looks, you know, kind of primitive, because honestly, this is a, you know, it's a Halloween project. So if it looks kind of like primitive, like, you know, I don't know. I don't think it'll matter. I think it'll just add to the character of this piece. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep going down here. When I get a couple more stitches in, I'll bring it up closer so you can see it better. And then I'll probably just keep going. So I came out of the shiny fabric. So I'd really kind of like to go back into the gray fabric here. I'm going to try to keep it looking nice as I can do. But like I said, if it doesn't look great, I'm not that worried about it. This is kind of my first go around at doing stuff like this, so I'm not going to be too terribly hard on myself. I am going to come right up next to this other cross to try to make it look like they're connected maybe. You could do different ones and make it look really primitive on purpose. Make it look like stitches. I think that this is kind of what I'm going for, but not exactly not exactly in that way. I don't know how to explain it. But that would look cute too if you separated them, I think. It's getting a little easier now. I mean, they're still kind of moving around on me, but it is getting a little bit easier now that I've got two in there. I'm really liking that. I think it looks cute. Okay, let me bring it up close so you can see it. Stay together. Okay, I'm just gonna hold it like that and bring it in. Let the camera focus. So hopefully you can see that well. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to keep going all the way down to the end of this one, and then I'm going to do the same thing on the other one, and then I'll come back when I'm stitching these two halves together. Okay, just a few more stitches and we'll be finished here. I found it was easier to hold it this way than the other way I was holding it. And I also thought, I had the idea that it might be fun to stitch each one up in a different way. That might be fun too. So I'm not sure if that's what I'm going to do yet, but I'll make a decision here in a minute once I finish this up. And we'll see what I decide here. It's kind of tricky when you get to the end. Maybe I do need to turn it back this direction. Because my cross stitches are going a little bit wonky now that I'm to the end. Okay, I think I might stop there because I'm going to come along here with that row of stitches. So I think I'm just going to stop there. I'll show you up close how it looks. I really like how it looks. I think that's really cute. Okay, so let me tie this off and we'll get started on the next set. Okay, now I have my next two pieces here and I'm going to stitch right across here. And I think on this one, I'm just going to do a zigzag. And we'll see how that turns out. Again, I'm going to turn it this way to start out. Here at the top, I do want this edge to be straight as possible. So I'm going to bring my needle up through here. Now because this is the other side, there will be a seam going down that middle. So I'm going to come over a little bit. I'm going to come a little bit down here to allow room for another seam line to go across there. And I'm gonna make sure that those are lined up. I am gonna pin it to make sure, just to hold it together somewhat. It's very tricky to get it to stay together, but okay, I'm using these curved pins so that the straight pins don't poke me when I'm trying to work on it. Okay, so now I'm gonna go down this way, try to go at an angle, which is really tough because I want this to stay straight. I'm almost really more tempted to go straight across because I don't know, I'm gonna kind of make big stitches here. I think it'll be okay. I'm gonna hope for the best here. I'm sorry if my fingers get in the way. I gotta make sure that that is up there. Okay. That they are lined up. Now I'm gonna come back in right where that stitch ended. It's probably not the proper way to do this. Probably should do it more like a back stitch. But we'll see how it looks. I'm going to try to get the same angle on these. But if it doesn't work out right, that's okay. You know what I need is I need a little clip to hold this together. I need like one of those little, like a little binder clip, and I don't think I have one in here to help me out, but I think that would help. I need to buy some of those because I think that would help a lot actually to keep it together. So pause there. Let me go see if I can find one. Okay, I did find one of these little clips, little binder clips. That's what I'm going to use. And next time I'm at the store, I might pick myself up some specifically like in the sewing section, but I'm just going to use that for right now. That will work, and that hopefully hold that together and keep it from coming apart. This is really hard to see because on this black fabric, maybe I should have done a different thread. Like maybe I should have done like a white thread through here. That might have been really cool actually. That might have looked, it would have shown up really nice and bright, and it would have looked interesting, I think. But I'm already going here, so I'm just gonna keep on with the black. This is not gonna be nearly as secure as the other one was. Oh, that looks really wonky. Okay. Oh no. I don't know about this. Okay. It's hard to do with my left hand too. I'm having trouble here. I'm struggling here. I went too far. I didn't stretch that thread over far enough. That's why it looks weird. It's kind of easier on the green because I can tell here, like I know I need to be in line with these stitches. So it's a little bit easier when I'm bringing my thread over to the green than it is on the black. There we go. I'm going to bring it over a little more this time. Okay. So I'm just going to keep going until I get to the end here, and then I will come back whenever I get finished, and we'll put the two together. Okay, so now I have these two stitched together and these two done, and I'm going to put it all together, and I'm going to stitch down this middle section here. I think how I'm going to do that on this go around is I'm just going to go straight back and forth all the way down. I think that's how I'm going to do it. So I think I'm going to start up here at the top like I have been. So I'm going to pull this down so I can get to it. And I'm going to zoom you back in so you can better kind of see what I'm doing here. And I do want these two to line up right here. So I'll make sure I have those in line. After I get a couple of stitches, then I'll put my binder clip back up here to kind of help hold it together. So I'm going to start about there. Okay. And now I really want them to line up, so I'm going to kind of like judge it with my needle here and go straight across to right there. Hopefully that looks okay. I mean, the last one I did not look okay. But I'm just trying things out here. I mean, it's not meant to be a masterpiece. It's okay. Okay, when I get a few more stitches in also, it'll probably be more helpful if I just hold it together. If I don't know. Sometimes I end up changing the way I hold something as I go, and I realize it's easier to stitch it that way. I think it just depends on whatever is comfortable for you. And that's kind of one of those things that probably everybody's a little bit different about. Okay, I'm trying to keep my fingers out of the way. Hopefully you can see. Sometimes I forget because I'm right-handed that my camera needs to be on this side, not this side. But I have it kind of pointed straight on, so hopefully it won't matter too much. So I have two done there. Oh, I'm going to put my binder clip on now because I can do that. So I am going to just pin that down. Keep that from moving while I'm trying to do this. And that's all I'm going to do. I guess this is similar to like a whip stitch. I'm not sure if that's what you would call it or not. But I'm just going from the green, and then I'm just going over across the silver here. Trying to keep them pretty uniform as I go down the way here. That's what I tried to do with my crosses, my cross stitch. And I did pretty good, I think, for cross stitch. This should be a little bit easier to gauge since I'm just going straight across. I'm also trying not to pull it too terribly tight, which is kind of hard for me to do. Sometimes I have a tendency to want to pull my thread too tight, and then I have to kind of loosen it up. My thread to get caught on there. Oh, it still got caught on there. Oops. Maybe I should flap those down. There we go. Okay, I'm glad I noticed it before I kept going. I can't put them down though, they'll be in the way. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. I'll do one more here with you, and then I'm just going to continue on all the way down until I get to the end. And I know I had said in my Thursday video, I upload videos every Thursday, and sometimes on Sundays. Sometimes I might take a break and not upload something on Sunday, but I always try to upload on Thursdays unless it's kind of a holiday or something like that. But I had said in one of my videos, I believe it was my my fall roundup video, where I had kind of gave an ending to all my fall projects where I had finished them. And I think it was on that video I had said that I was going to be doing something new the next week. Well, when I said that, I didn't realize that the next week was going to be Halloween Day. So I thought it might be kind of weird to upload, you know, like a Christmas video on Halloween. So, so this video is happening here on Halloween, and then it'll be the next one, I believe, will be the start of my Christmas videos that I'm going to do. A lot of the things I'm going to be making for Christmas will not be specifically Christmas. They could be used for any time of the year. Most of them. Not all of them, but most of them. And so I think it will be fun. I have some fun things planned, and I hope you guys enjoy them. Okay, so now that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to keep going down the row, like I said. And I will come back when I am at the end. And I'll show you what I'm going to do with this. Okay. Okay, I have finished sewing up all of my pieces here. So I finished the middle. I'll bring it in close so you can kind of see what it looks like. And then now I'm going to show you how I'm going to hang it. I'm going to turn it into a wall hanging, and I'm using this magnetic poster hanger. Now, I've never used one of these before. I got this at Michael's. It was $8.99 here at my store. And like I said, I've never used one, so we're going to learn together here. I don't think it's going to be too terribly hard, being that it's magnetic. I might not use the bottom piece. I bought some of these for my diamond art paintings to hang them up like that. And this one is a 12-inch. Now, my piece is 14 inches. They had a 12-inch. Ooh, I think they had a 16-inch and maybe a 24. They had a 20-something. I think that's right. I got the 12-inch because I would rather my art here overlap, you know, like stick out on the sides rather than be inside and, you know, these pieces be way too big. And so I'm not going to use the bottom. I'm only going to use the top. And so, because this is not something that needs to be held flat, you know. Okay, so I think this is pretty going to be simple. It's a very strong magnet, I can say that. I just pulled it apart, and this is going to be so easy, y'all, I think. Let me pull it down a little bit so you can see it. I'll show you what the magnets look like. They're just little circle magnets on both ends. It's got a little jute twine tied onto here, and I don't know how I'm going to do this and get it lined up where I want it. Okay, I'm going to have it about like that. Let's see. About like that. I'm going to fold it over here. I'm going to lay this piece on top. Let's see how it looks. Then I'm just going to put this up here. Snaps right on. I see why it has to be pretty sturdy. And look at that, it's holding it. I didn't see a weight. I wonder, I bet it has it in the instructions in here. It might say, does it say on the package? Well, I don't see anything on the package. It only comes with that piece of stuff to keep moisture out, I guess. But It doesn't say like how much weight it holds, so I have no idea. But it is a poster hanger, so I can't imagine it would hold very much weight. It is a pretty strong magnet though. I will say it's, you know, it takes a little bit of effort to get it apart, and it jumps together pretty well. So I make sure I don't lose this. Now they did also have these in black too. I'll show you up close what it looks like. It's pretty, it's very pretty. But I got the wooden one because I thought I might probably use this for different projects. And so there it is. And so I'm going to hang it up. I don't like that this is sticking out right there. So I might trim that off, or I think what I'm going to do is just kind of try to stuff it down in there a little bit with my scissors. That's better. Okay. I got to get my spider and put my spider back on that I took off. So I'm going to tuck my spider in here. And I'm just kind of tucking it inside these little threads to help keep it on there, just like that. And there we have it. That's a simple, easy way to display your work, I think. And so I hope you have enjoyed this little series of videos. I hope that it inspires you to do some work of your own, even if you're like me and you're just learning how. You know, you have to start somewhere. We all start somewhere when we start learning something. And so I'm happy with these. I like the way they turned out. And so, yeah, so I hope that you all are planning or having a very happy Halloween. If you celebrate that, we just traditionally in my family, we just go trick-or-treating and have a little party and do some fun, like carve jack-o'-lanterns and those kinds of things. That's how we usually celebrate. It is projected to rain here, so we'll see. But I hope you're having a wonderful Halloween. If you're going out tonight, be safe, have fun, enjoy your kiddos or your grandkids or the neighborhood kids, or I just think it's just a really fun holiday for kiddos. With that said, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.